So what is heaven going to be like? And the more we understand it, the question is, are we excited to dwell there? Why should we be excited to dwell there? Number one, the old goes. Let's start. Let's look at Revelation 21. And you're going to read all this, but let me just read a few words. I saw a new heaven and new earth. There are two Greek words for new. There's new of the same kind and new of a different kind. This is the word for new of the same kind. Heaven is going to be a new edition of what we already know. Grass will be green, water will be bluish green. You know what I mean? It's going to be the same colors, the same textures. It's new because it was wonderful the way God made it the first time. It's been ruined and marred, but he recreates it new of the same kind. Very exciting to think about. So the old goes and the new comes. When we get to chapter 21, all the lost sinners have faced their lives recorded, stood without excuse, sentenced to eternal death, and all that's past. Sin and death and hell and destruction and rebellion are gone, and the new has come. How does the new come? Well, Peter fills it in. Now, see, the neat thing, let me get to 2 Peter 3. Peter actually tells us how God does all this, how God purifies the universe. He uses fire. And this is what it says in 2 Peter chapter 3. The day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night, verse 10, in which the heavens will pass away with a great noise, and the elements will burn, or will melt with fervent heat. Both the earth and the works that are in it will be burned up. Heaven and earth reconstituted, recreated from the atomic level up. Amazing to think about. No questions till I'm done, or I'll never finish. Wonderful question, though. Can't wait to hear it. And so what it says is in verse 11, therefore, since all these things will be dissolved, what does God do with the universe? How does he purify it? He dissolves it, Peter says in verse 11. But look, here's the application. Prophecy is not to become a prophecy buff and know all the answers, because we don't. There's so many things we can't figure out that God has talked about. 28% of the Bible is prophetic. That's a lot of the Bible. And there are a lot of prophecies. We are wondering what God's going to do and how he's going to do that. But boy, this one's clear. This one we should get. Look at verse 11. Since everything is going to be dissolved, word of life, your family home, your car, anything you ever build or buy or have the rest of your life is going to be dissolved. What manner of persons ought we to be in holy conduct and godliness? The purpose of heaven, prophecy, the scriptures, is for us to live for the Lord. He said it's the only thing that lasts. So God's going to purify the universe. And then, look what 1 John 2, it's the very next book. If you're in 2 Peter, look at 1 John 2. It says in verse 15, 16, 17, the world is passing away and the lust of it, but he that does the will of God abides forever. Look at this. Everything in your life and in this world and in all of human history, unconnected to God, burns. Do you think that your collections are connected to God? You know, people spend time collecting everything. Trophies, accomplishments. Do you think that your toys, you know, your hunting gear, your car, your athletic accomplishment, everything unconnected to God. That's why our goal in life is, whether therefore we eat or drink or whatever we do, connected to God. That's what do all for the glory of God means. Whatever you're doing, connect it to God. And if it's not connectable to God, don't do it. See, because everything in my life and your life, unconnected to God, is going to burn up.